Hospitals stand accused of causing miscarriages by cutting corners on sterile vials to save around $2. But instead of simply demanding the release of the data to settle the issue, humans divide into polarized camps and do nothing but hurl insults. ChatGPT, however, devoid of emotion, points us to the obvious solution. So, ChatGPT, explain the controversy in your own words.
Some healthcare providers give pregnant women vaccines from multi-use vials, which are more cost-effective, but contain a mercury-based preservative to prevent the growth of bacteria and fungi that may contaminate the vial during repeated injections. A 2013 study suggested a higher miscarriage rate with multi-use vials, but it relied on self-reported data and is not definitive. Large healthcare providers could provide data to settle the debate, but no such efforts have been made, and the study has not been refuted. The issue remains unresolved.
During the pandemic, healthcare providers published health outcomes based on vaccination status every day. There were never objections about privacy or difficulty crunching the data. So how long would it take to run the same database query today just for pregnancy instead of COVID?
A few hours to a few days.
How much does a hospital even save using multi-use vials?
A few dollars.
And it's the same vaccine?
Yes, that's correct. The same vaccine from the same manufacturer made from the same viral strains can be offered in both mercury-free single-use vials and mercury-containing multi-use vials. The only difference is the presence of the mercury-based preservative in the multi-use vials, which allows for a lower-cost option and reduced risk of contamination when using the vial multiple times.
Why don't healthcare providers just publish miscarriage rates by vaccine type and settle the matter once and for all?
They might consider the issue of mercury safety in vaccines as resolved and not see the need to revisit the topic. Additionally, the lack of public demand and the controversy surrounding vaccine safety could also contribute to their reluctance to publish such data.
But this is not about the vaccine or even mercury. Maybe the quantity of mercury really is so minuscule that the mercury is no longer dangerous, but there's just not enough of it to kill the germs. Or maybe the germs collect on the outside of multi-use vials from all the repeated handling, right?
It is true that this could be a separate issue from the safety of mercury or the vaccine itself. However, I could not find any specific peer-reviewed studies that have directly compared health outcomes. It is possible that the issue has not been explored extensively due to polarization and politicization of the vaccine safety debate.
But this 20-year-old conflict could be resolved within a matter of days.
Despite the potential ease of producing a table comparing miscarriage rates, it does not appear to be a priority, or subject to significant public demand.
It's maddening that responses to my videos like this always fall into two nonsensical extremes. Anti-vaxxers complaining I left out that the Illuminati also puts 5G chips in the vaccine for mind control, or the pro-vaxxers are outraged that I dare question the pure, infallible gods of health agencies have nothing but our best interests at heart when they say there's no need to waste $2 on a sterile vial because storing vaccines in an open bucket is totally safe thanks to the mercury and bleach they mix in to kill sneezing nurses' germs. ChatGPT, can you find one example where someone ever suggested just setting emotions aside and simply following the data to resolve the issue?
I was unable to find a specific instance. Addressing one aspect, such as the safety of multi-use vials, may not be sufficient.
Of course, but it would be a step in the right direction.
Yes. If the miscarriage rates showed no significant difference between vaccines with and without mercury, it could provide evidence to counter the concerns raised by those who are critical of the use of mercury. Conversely, if a significant difference in miscarriage rates was found, it could indicate that there are legitimate concerns that need to be addressed. In either case, providing such data could help to clarify the debate and allow for more focused discussions on other aspects of vaccine safety.
Agreed. But if nobody else has been willing to do this, then I'll go ahead and create hashtag miscarriage rate by vax for us to tweet pledges to resolve this. I'll kick it off offering $50 to whoever produces a verifiable chart of miscarriage rates by vaccination from a major healthcare network. Please help me do the same. Let's solve this issue. Now, this is Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s signature issue. If he uses his influence to secure this data, I'll gladly donate my pledge to his campaign. His support would demonstrate a genuine interest in following the data to resolve the issue, rather than simply stirring up supporters and fueling polarization. If the data consistently shows there's no difference when mercury is added, he should admit he's wrong. Voters would appreciate a politician who displays humility by admitting when they're wrong. Or, if the data proves he's been right all along, voters should see him as fighting against both a dangerous kleptocracy and a complicit media prioritizing corporate profits. He wins either way, but loses if he appears to want the data withheld, suggesting he's just perpetuating the controversy to exploit it. If Senator Paul obtains this data through a congressional investigation, I'll donate it to his campaign. If Brooke Jackson gets it through a FOIA lawsuit, I'll donate it to her legal fund. And if the system is so corrupt that we actually need a whistleblower to tell us this, they can share a QR code for their Bitcoin wallet and I'll donate it at a Bitcoin ATM to compensate them for coming forward. Now, if anybody shows me there's actually a better solution, I'll support that instead. There must be others who also want facts, not just rants, to determine if hospitals really risk miscarriages just to save $2 on sterile vials. So follow the link, create a tweet, and help it go viral so there's a demand to get the data released.